So this viewing angle is brought to you by the wind, which is where I put the camera out making a horrible noise. So hopefully you can see my face. Welcome mateys to Zillman's Wizarding World, your chill place to get your Wizards Unite news. And yes, we have some news. I started writing this the other day and then realised there's not much news to go on. Then all of a sudden the new trailer came out and then a new thing from Niantic / Warner Bros about the game. So here we go. So the in-person game event has completed. Of course, the entire world didn't get to play, apart from New Zealand and Australia. But all in all, it went quite smoothly, as far as I can tell. Apart from Spicy, who somehow managed to get completely locked out of his game. Most people reported the event was relatively easy to achieve, and relatively few bugs. I was about to say, I bet we won't hear anything from Warner Bros and Niantic about it, but you have to keep tuned a bit further down the video, because they do actually say something. New banner images have been released in the App Store. Very pretty, with the hippogriff, and various things going on in the background, so just have a good look at that image. And it's very nice, and it's very exciting for the game, which we don't have. Also Zoe from Snitches and Witches and Geeta from Geeta Lovegood have noticed A/B testing of icons. So a number of people saw adverts with the Wizards Unite game icon, and it changed from various colours and different styles, and Zoe later found out that it was being A/B tested. This means they release adverts with various styles, and they measure how many people click through on those adverts, and they can then work out which icon is most appealing. So if you clicked on one of those icons, Niantic thanks you for participating in their A/B testing. So this just out, as I was preparing for this video, the new trailer dropped, which doesn't tell us anything we don't know already. It does put a face, we think, to Grim, which is quite cool, which I kind of found him in the game assets anyway. But at least I can use his image now, I'm not worried about it. No spoilers now, because it's out in the open. But as well as the trailer going out, there was an addition to the Wizards Unite blog on their website. And this is actually far more interesting. So essentially they're saying over the last several weeks, we've learned a lot from beta players and have been updating the game based upon their input to deliver a smooth experience at launch. Behind the scenes, we have been running a variety of internal tests, fixing bugs and making improvements to gameplay, which kind of coincides with 081 being released, which essentially says bug fixes. There's a couple of extra bits in there, but we haven't had a chance to dive into them yet. He also thanks the people from New Zealand and Australia for their feedback. In addition to making adjustments to the game during this beta phase, we've also been putting the finishing touches on additional features that will be revealed once the wider game launches out, or the launch rollout begins. Now, one of these features is the AR kind of profile picture thing, because we touched on that before. But the key thing here is says features will be revealed once the wider game launch rollout begins. So a rollout is not a worldwide launch at one go. It will be launched a country at a time, I imagine, and over a period of time which is yet to be determined. And then basically it goes on to say that we are hopefully making this game as polished as it deserves to be, and they're also Harry Potter fans. They want to do the game justice. But the main thing about this is thank you to Warner Bros and Niantic for actually telling us something. We have been complaining solidly, they've been keeping us in the dark. We'd just like to know how it's going, and I put that on Reddit, and mixed responses came back to that, as everything does on Reddit. But yeah, they finally actually listened to us. I'm not sure whether they just listened to us or fanbase in general. I don't think they just watched my Reddit tweet, because I ain't nobody. So moving on to the future. So a number of WUTubers have been invited to a special event at Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hollywood on June the 18th. So there were limited spaces, that's why only a few of us got invited, and apparently it's kind of relatively random. Everyone outside the US wasn't invited, and only a few people in the US were invited. I'm not too salty about that, to be fair. I can't go anyway because I have a baby. But I am looking forward to what people are going to report back, and whether they can actually say anything at all. It looks like they're mostly going to get to play the game, judging by the wording in the email they got. Probably be given devices which have accounts already on them, so they can't walk away with extra levels. Because if you walk away with extra levels, you can then start. If you walk away past level 1, you can start claiming daily rewards, and I don't think people should do that. And then there's an AT&T event, thanks to Spicy, because I was actually watching his live stream when he found it. That's on the 23rd of June. We've got a number of guest stars. Jonathan Knight, Vice President and Studio Head at WB Games, San Francisco. Jonathan has worked on numerous icon titles, including The Sims, The Simpsons game, Star Trek, Words with Friends, Farmville, but yeah, The Sims was quite fun, ironic, because Zoe's been playing that. If you actually want a good laugh and you can actually watch a number of WUTubers as The Sims, you can check out her channel below. Next on our list is Mary Casey. Mary Casey is Executive Director of Product at WB Games San Francisco. Prior to WB Games, Mary served as studio head for Sega Network's Three Wings Design, working on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So, some good things there. And you got Archit Bhagava, is the Director of Worldwide Product Marketing at Niantic. He's led the marketing strategy, it's his fault, is it? Product launches and user growth for all Niantic products, including Ingress, Field Trip, Pokemon Go, and the upcoming Harry Potter Wizards Unite game. Who said that one? Then you got Alex Moffat. He's a producer of Niantic, working on the development and live service operations for the real-world mobile game Harry Potter Wizards Unite. It's not clear whether this is going to be live streamed. It would be pretty cool if it was, but stay tuned to my Twitter to find out if it is. I'll post a link if it does go live. But these dates are quite close to each other, 18th and 23rd. Now, we can assume that the game rollout will not begin before the 18th. Otherwise, the WUTubers event would not be exclusive now, would it? Yeah, by the way, it's not only them that's going. There's actually a good number of places, and they are some of the people who have been invited. I imagine things like people like Tessa Netting and the super famous Harry Potter YouTubers will be invited. And that's about it for the news catch-up. I'll stick the trailer at the end of this. You can have a watch. All the tiny, small text is not real text, so don't bother trying to freeze frame it and zoom me in, because I've done that. And I was like, oh, that's disappointing. So all the headlines are the real thing. So yeah, enjoy that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the trailer now. This is interesting. Now, according to the article, it says we also wanted to share a video that reveals a preview of the game storyline and timeline, as well as additional clues. So assuming this video runs in sequence, we should be able to build up a timeline of events. So we start off with Voldemort defeated, so this is immediately after the Battle of Hogwarts, so immediately after the 7th book, or 8th movie. We then move on to our second page, saying Hogwarts heroes join the Ministry. Now on the left it does say auras dispatched nationwide in light of exposure crisis. Now, I'm not quite sure what this means. It doesn't mention the calamity exactly, so we'll carry on. So the next one heralds the new era of peace. This is after, obviously, all the strife with Voldemort and the Death Eaters. This is weird. It says wand permit renewal is mandatory for all wizards. Now, it says the deadline is the 15th of January 1927, in accordance with MACUSA Vigilance Terms of Conduct and by law. Deadline 15th of January 1927. How weird. Now the statue in the image in the Ministry is a new one, because the previous one with the goblin and other things was destroyed. Voldemort and his forces put their own one in, and now it's a new one here. Next we see It's to have been better. International Confederation of Wizards removals, latest in the string of international successes. Removals of what? Could it be confoundables? Or could it be remnants of Death Eater activity? You can see Ron Weasley on the left. It's a little bit of a mystery. Depends if we're looking at the Calamity starting first, before noticing London 5, which is, funny enough, right here. So this seems to be an early indication of London 5 missing. No suspects in sight. Unfortunately, these daily profits don't actually have dates on them, because that would be nice and easy. We also see leading sneakoscope supplier boosts record sales. So sneakoscopes detect dark magic. So there appears to be more people worried about dark magic right now. Yeah, be interesting. So next thing is another London 5 investigation. Saying investigation produces no results, and we see a crime scene. Interesting about a crime scene, there is a number of poles, which is Lynette from Wizards PhD said initially looks like a dock, but it's actually, as she also mentioned later on, it was an office, as you can see the desk and the chair, and these poles are just simply
to cordon off the area. On the left we can see a hat. Then we have what's like a leather jacket, a wand, some ministry documentation, possibly report. We have a copy of the Quibbler. So about more corruption in the Quidditch League. Unfuzz the Mystery, exclusive My Week Without Runestones. But we also have Pandemonium at the Ministry. What a palaver. And there we swing into the Daily Prophet again, saying the investigation into the missing London 5 has been terminated. And there is a picture of a person. That hat looks remarkably like the hat in the crime scene. Hashtag just saying. People think this is Grim Foley, or some people think this is Gareth Greengrass. It doesn't appear to be. It depends how consistent this is. According to the game assets, Gareth Greengrass actually has a beard, and this chap doesn't. He actually has a beard and glasses. This chap doesn't know anything like that. So he could be a random person, or it could be an inconsistency in the media. And then with Calamity. Disaster befalls the Whistling World, international accreditation or visit convenes. This is the first mention of the Calamity itself, but we do have 2 other clues beforehand as to odd happenings. Then we need Obliviators. International Confederation Wizard is recruiting Obliviators. Okay. And then we swing over to yet another one. Bewitched Teapot, responsible for third-degree burns. This kind of looks like misuse of artifacts office stuff. The Ministry confronts the confusing conundrum. So this is a reference again to the Calamity. And then we zoom into this interesting dark alley. So I guess the question is, so there are a few hints there that the Calamity starts before London 5 go missing, but there is definitely the Calamity after London 5 go missing. So we'll have to keep an open mind on this one. It's not absolutely clear.
Get your wands ready, brush up on your spells. Wizard unite.